if God uses us, will we faithfully convey His words? Might it be because the other side is so powerful that we become too afraid to speak? We wouldn't. As long as God commands us to deliver His message, we simply say, "This is the word of the Lord." As long as God has clearly commissioned us to deliver it, just like Moses of old. He was sent by God to go to Pharaoh in Egypt and proclaim God's truth. Then whenever God instructed Moses what to say, did Moses ever withhold a single word from Pharaoh? No, God never told Moses to leave anything out. Moses did not omit a single word. He conveyed it all to Pharaoh, so that Pharaoh would let the Israelites go. Now, let's see what God said next to the prophet Yeshi. Would the prophet Yeshi obey God's command? Would he boldly proclaim God's message? Let's read on. He said to me, "Ninja, go to Israel Gar. Tell them my words. You are sent, not to a people who speak a foreign tongue, whose language is hard to understand, but to Israel Gar. Not to people with an unintelligible language, but to many nations. Their words, however, you will not understand. But if I send you to a nation whose language is difficult to understand, they will listen to you. Yet Israel Gar will not pay heed. However, Israel Gar will not listen to you, because they refuse to listen to me. The whole house of Israel is stiff-necked. See, I will make your face like theirs. I will harden it, making your forehead as hard as theirs. I will make your forehead like the toughest gemstone, harder than diamond. Though they are a rebellious nation, do not fear them, nor be dismayed in their presence. Just say, Prophet Ezekiel was dispatched to which nation? Let's ask Sister Jiao Heng. Sister Jiao Heng, did you listen carefully just now? To which nation was the prophet Ezekiel sent? There are two answers. Answer A, sent to the foreign nations. Answer B, sent to Israel Gar, indeed. Correct answer. God did not dispatch Moses, but Ezekiel was sent to the Gentile nations. That is, to the Israelites, to the descendants of Jacob. God said, "If I send you out, do not go to the Gentiles. The Gentiles will listen, but the house of Israel will not." There once was a prophet sent to the Gentiles, and all the Gentile nations listened. This prophet was called Jonah. Jonah was sent to Nineveh. The people of Nineveh are not Israelites. They are foreigners. Who would have thought that the foreigners overheard the warning of the prophet Jonah? In the end, God did not destroy Nineveh. But will the Israelites heed God? If the people do not listen, let's continue reading. But God said to his servant, in the midst of these disobedient, frightened people, when they are in utmost anger, Yuxiji, do not be dismayed, do not be afraid. Do not fear. Let's continue reading. He said to me, Ninja, all the words I have spoken to you, you must pay close attention to, and remember them. Go to the people of Beru and speak to their captain. Whether they listen or not, you just tell them the Most High Lord. Say this, say whether they listen or not. Even though as a prophet you should speak. If you don't speak, the wicked will surely perish. But the prophet must bear the responsibility. So as a prophet, some responsibilities. Faithfully deliver God's words. And also, do not be afraid of them, even though this is what the Most High Lord Yahweh says. Now let's see the next section. At that time the Spirit of Yahweh lifted me up, and I heard a roaring voice saying, from the dwelling of Yahweh, the glory that appears from the dwelling of Yahweh is. When I heard the sound of the living creatures' wings clashing and the sound of the wheels beside the living creatures, and the roaring noise, Yahweh lifted me up, took me away. At that time my spirit was stirred and troubled. Yahweh's strong hand came upon me. So I was taken to the exiles in Tel Aviv. They were living by the Kabar River. I stayed among them for 7 days, shocked and bewildered. Just as the festival was approaching, I had already been taken to the exiles by the Kabar River. Taken to Babylon. To that group of people by the Kabar River. Now 7 days have passed. Will God make you speak some words? God will speak to the festival about education. May the Father be glorified. Amen.